We've been seeing a lot of Tolkien adaptations lately, and you might be thinking, when's his best friend's turn to get his work utterly destroyed by Hollywood? Well, we might not have to wait much longer. Netflix is doing a Chronicles of Narnia adaptation. The things we've been hearing about this adaptation is absolutely, it's insane. It looks like we're getting a gender swapped Aslan. And you might be thinking, yeah, dude, we've got gender swapped characters and fantasy stuff in Hollywood. Has been doing swapping genders all over the place all the time. It's not big news. It's not new. Listen to me, guys. This is not just some any other fantasy novel. This is not some any other fantasy series. I know a lot of you guys watched the Disney movies, and that's how you got into Chronicles of Narnia. But I mean, I know a lot of you guys read all the novels. You know, the books. I love the books. I read all of them as a kid. I'm partial to the BBC adaptations. You know, it's just nostalgic for me. But like, dude, C.S. Lewis, a born again Christian, a prolific Christian author, okay, created one, if not the best allegories for Jesus Christ. And you're gender swapping? You're gender swapping it. You see now why gender swapping Aslan is not just a regular gender swap. It is spitting in the face of something so much greater. Okay, I don't want to dive into that too much just yet. We'll get into the potential cast of Aslan a bit later, but I want to take you guys through the timeline of this Netflix adaptation. So let's take things back to the Disney movies. You had Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe in 2005, Prince Caspian in 2008, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader in 2010. And then in 2017, a director was announced for the next movie, The Silver Chair. But those plans were squashed in 2018 when it was announced that Netflix would be rebooting the Chronicles of Narnia. They made a whole announcement saying, C.S. Lewis's beloved Chronicles of Narnia stories have resonated with generations of readers around the world. Families have fallen in love with characters like Aslan and the entire world of Narnia, and we're thrilled to be their home for years to come. When I hear things like that, I'm just like, dude, okay, you understand. I mean, obviously you understand, because that's the reason why you want to adapt it, because it has a huge fan base, and it has a fan base for a reason. So when you adapt it, why are you changing it? The whole reason why you're adapting it is because it has a built-in audience and it has fans already. So you don't have to try and create something that people may like. You take something that people already like and then just put it on the screen, right? I mean, I get it. It's a safe play. But then why are you changing it? Why are you changing it from what they like? It makes absolutely no sense. And the fact that they said families have fallen in love with characters like Aslan and the entire world of Narnia, and you're just going to gender swap Aslan, dude? What are you thinking? Okay, let's keep going. In the original press release, they said Netflix will develop new series and film projects based on C.S. Lewis' beloved The Chronicles of Narnia series, under the terms of a multi-year deal between Netflix and the C.S. Lewis Company. Netflix will develop classic stories from across the Narnia universe into series and films for its members worldwide. All series and films produced through the deal will be Netflix productions, with Mark Gordon of Entertainment One, alongside Douglas Gresham and Vincent Sieber, serving as executive producers for series as producers for features. If done right, this could be awesome. They have access to all 7 books. We could get adaptations, dude. We get TV shows and movies. Like The Magician's Nephew is one of my favorites, and I'd love to see that, on screen. That would be awesome. In 2019, they found their Feige in Matthew Aldrich. He was the guy who wrote Coco. I heard that was awesome. And Lightyear, I heard that was not awesome. I haven't seen either of those movies. But in 2020, 2021, he left Netflix. He said, I had a very specific idea about what I wanted to do with the Narnia material. I had laid out for them a sort of strategy of film and series to adapt the 7 books in a way that was both respectful and not precious, and trying to update them in some fun ways. Ultimately, that's not the direction Netflix wanted to go. So it sounds like he wanted to be respectful, but then he still wanted to change things up in his own way, add his own little flair to it. Again, the reason why you're buying into a franchise, buying into something that already has an inbuilt fan base is because you want to do something that caters to that fan base. So why would you detract from that? Makes no sense. But unfortunately, it looks like this was not enough change for Netflix. And so he split due to creative differences. And in 2023, they got Greta Gerwig. But all was not lost. Greta Gerwig talked about the adaptations, and she said, I haven't even really started wrapping my arms around it, but I'm properly scared of it, which feels like a good place to start. I think when I'm scared, it's always a good sign. Maybe when I stop being scared, it'll be like, okay, maybe I shouldn't do that one. No, I'm terrified of it. It's extraordinary. And so we'll see. I don't know. That fear may be coming from a place of respect, which would be a good thing. And evidently, she grew up in a Christian background. So, I mean, this could be good. But before you get your hopes up, for those of you who don't know, Greta Gerwig is the writer and director for Barbie. And I enjoyed Barbie. Ken was awesome in that movie, okay? But that does not seem like a good fit for the Chronicles of Narnia. And to make things even worse, let's take a listen to Amy Pascal, the producer behind this new Chronicles of Narnia reboot.
I'm working with Netflix on a couple of movies that I'm really excited about, and they're great, and they're wonderful.
You're working on with Greta Gerwig.
With Greta Gerwig on Narnia.
Yeah.
And then I just made a movie with Noah Baumbach called Jay Kelly that we made for Netflix also.
Right.
It's a great movie starring George Clooney and Adam Sandler.
Wow, and that's done?
It's done.
Wow, so
That comes out next year.
that'll be exciting.
Yeah.
And how's Narnia? Has she been shooting that already?
No, we start shooting in July.
I didn't think so. Yeah, because I talked to her. She got a big award or something, and she was talking about
Yeah.
it. But that's a new take on Narnia, or
A very new take on Narnia. It's all about rock and roll.
wow. Okay. How about Greta Gerwig?
How about Greta Gerwig?
I mean, look at her as a
I've
force.
never seen anything like it. I remember the first day I met her, she barged into my office and said, Little Women has been done wrong, and I know how to do it right. And it's all about money and women. And she hadn't even made Lady Bird yet.
All right. I don't need to hear anymore. I don't need to hear anymore. A very new take. A very new. Why are you adapting a franchise, dude? Why are you adapting a series if you're doing a very new take? Just do something on your own. You can't because you can't because you don't have the creativity and the know-how to write something to draw in a brand new audience. You don't have the guts to create something new to bring in an audience. You don't have the confidence in your creative ability. Otherwise, you would do it. What you're doing is you're leaning on somebody else's hard work. They built up a fan base. They built up a following. And you're taking that. You're leeching off of that to try and do whatever nonsense you want to do. A very new take, and it's like rock and roll. What that screams to me is this is going to be irreverent. What is rock and roll? It is irreverent. I'm a big metal fan. I love rock, okay? But it's obvious. That's what she's talking about, dude. It's all about rock and roll. And a very new take, dude. They're not going to respect the Chronicles of Narnia, guaranteed. And this brings us to the casting. So let's check this out together, all right? Nina Gold is the casting director. Let's see what she's done. Bad Sisters, no clue what that is. Dave Jack, don't have no clue what any of this stuff is. The Acolyte, I know what that is. I wish I didn't know what that was. Wonka, dude, I enjoyed Wonka, man. Spaceman, dude, this movie was fantastic. I love this movie. You guys haven't watched Spaceman? Check that out, dude. Adam Sandler was a great casting for that movie. So it seems like she's a hit or a miss. Indiana Jones, I've seen that. Morbius. does not deserve a 5.1 out of 10, dude. Morbius is probably around a 6 or a 7. Okay, forget the memes. Go watch Morbius. All right, it's not that it's not that bad. She did Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker. That is trash. So she seems like she's all over the place, but so she's handling the casting. Okay, she's had some misses and she's had some hits. But here's the interesting part. We want to hear. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you guys. We want to hear from all interested young actors, regardless of experience. What we are looking for, a boy and a girl to play characters that are 10/11 years old. 100% guaranteed with that right there. They're going in chronological order, and they want to adapt The Magician's Nephew first. If you guys don't know, that is the origin story for Narnia, and it is super cool. Now let's jump to the bottom here. And I mean, this might be just a statement that, you have to put in there, but I mean, this is Hollywood, this is Netflix, and you heard what Amy Pascal said, that they're going for something very new. It's going to be like rock and roll. Seems like it's going to be irreverent to the source material. Netflix is committed to inclusive, diverse casting. For every role, please submit qualified performers without regard to age, sex, ethnicity, disability, race, color, national origin, sexual orientation, or gender identity, or any other basis prohibited by law unless otherwise specifically indicated. So, I don't know. Who knows? We might be getting an Indian Edmund in the future. I don't want to see that, man. I don't want to see that. I want a white Edmund. That's what I want. I want a direct adaptation of the books that I love on the big screen. How the blueprint is laid out for you. Don't think. Just follow it. That's what I want to see. I want to see an adaptation. I don't want to see your twist, your take, your whatever you want to do to it. I don't want to see that. Dude, I was joking. I was literally joking about the Indian Edmund. New Narnia casting call hints at story details. I don't want to get into the story details, but I mean, if you guys read the books, you already know. Boy 1, 9 to 12-year-old British boy of Indian descent, Indian father, white mother. Oh, shoot. What the? This is too... Okay, hey, maybe I should throw my hat into the pile. Maybe I could be in Chronicles of Narnia. Yeah, I'll be. This is hilarious. But I mean, he's not going to be one of the main characters. I mean, look at it. It says boy, girl, 9 to 12, described as important character. These are going to be the two main characters of Magician's Nephew. This is probably going to be one of their little friends or something. I mean, I haven't read the book in so long, but I don't remember there being another boy. It's just the boy and the girl going on this adventure, right? And it says all 3 roles are listed as lead. Okay, that's interesting. Though it's not clear which book characters they correspond. I mean, we know for sure the boy and the girl. Again, I'm not going to get into story details, but we know 100%. They're 100% doing The Magician's Nephew, so we know exactly who the 2 characters are. But what's the other boy? When we first reported on the initial casting search back in January, the call was focused on finding 2 children, the age of 10 to 11, for the important roles in the film. The new call expanded that to a 3rd role and adjusted the age range slightly. In the book, Diggory's father is away in India during the events of The Magician's Nephew, and it seems to imply, at the very least, that he's been living there for an extended period, possibly for work. One possible interpretation in light of this new information is that Boy 1, described as being of Indian heritage, could be playing Diggory. This, however, would raise further questions about the identity of Boy 2, who is described as being of equal significance to the role of Girl 1, who is presumably Polly. And to those of you who don't know, Diggory and Polly are the 2 main children in The Magician's Nephew. The thing is, if that's the case, if Diggory is Boy 1, then why is Boy 2 the important character and Girl 2 important character, All right, enough dilly-dallying. Let's talk about the casting. Right here. This is it. This is the issue right here. The reports are Meryl Streep will be playing none other than Aslan. Meryl Streep. Let me say that again. The reports are Meryl Streep will be playing Aslan. This is absolutely insane. It just does not make any sense. And to Daniel Craig is reportedly playing Uncle Andrew Catterley. I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad. It's just whatever. It's not. It's like, okay, it's not a big deal. And that's 100% guaranteed confirmation that they're adapting The Magician's Nephew right there. Okay. I don't know who this lady is. Charlie XCX. I don't think she's even an actress. I looked her up for a sec. She seems like she's in the music industry. That's a top contender for the White Witch. What? I mean, I get it kind of in the sense that you're trying to create this whole universe type of thing with Netflix. You're going for all the 7 books. You want to create TV shows and movies. You want somebody that can last for I don't know how many years. So you're starting younger. Okay. But then you're getting Meryl Streep as Aslan. I mean, I get it. She can be in the booth doing the just talking. And what is she going to look like? Are you going to get rid of the mane from Aslan if she's going to be a female lion? Like, it doesn't make any sense. She is not just playing some lion in a fantasy novel. She is playing an allegory for Jesus Christ. Okay? That's why this is messed up. This is not the same as gender swapping your favorite Marvel character in the MCU. This is something entirely different because of the nature of the novels and who this character represents. They got some other names over here. Saoirse Ronan, I don't know how to pronounce her first name, but she's a fantastic actor. She's eyed for a role. Louis Partridge, I don't know who that is. He's eyed for a role. Mikey Madison, I don't know who that is. He's eyed for a role. So you got these people that I have no clue. I'll put their pictures up here. That I don't know who they are, but they're eyed for roles. And who knows? They might be great. They might be fantastic actors, and they might fit the part perfectly. But if you're gender swapping Aslan, you can kiss your entire plans goodbye. All right, guys, that's it for my thoughts. Let me know yours down below in the comment section. Are you looking forward to this adaptation, this Netflix adaptation of the Chronicles of Narnia? Let me know down below, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.